Hey there, welcome back to our little Fallout 4 mini-series. That's right, it's our little journey trip down memory lane, wherein we're visiting a lot of our old stuff, or a lot of my old stuff, I guess. I suppose I shouldn't use, like, the oh shit, there goes the radio. The hour, or the royal we, because you weren't with me, right? Gentle viewers, y'all weren't with me when I was building this stuff. This is all me. You don't know what's coming up.
I hope you ain't one of them synths. Here to spy on me.
God, I wish. God, I wish that were true. Right? My God. I forget. In Far Harbor, do they confirm that you're not a synth? Isn't there something in Far Harbor that indirectly confirms that your character, that the sole survivor, is not a synth? Or was it like in the core game? There was like some.
See a lot of
look at this asshole.
Worst in my line of work. Hard to not let it get to you.
There you go.
Sometimes.
But I forget. There's somewhere in the game, isn't there, that basically confirms, or negates the fan theory of the player character being a synth, right? I very much think that there was probably a version of the game wherein they were open to that being the case, to your sole survivor being a synth. They, like, question you and question it in Far Harbor, which is really cool, I think. But I want to say that there's something in there that makes it beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are not a synth. Which, man, I was really hoping, right? Like, you know, it's such a popular fan theory that in Fallout 4 you are actually playing as a synth. But I'm pretty sure it's not the case, right? Regardless, it would make so much sense, and it's one of my favorite, like, fan theories, and one that, God, I wish it were so true. I wish it were completely true. And I suppose, in and of itself, even if they leave it open to interpretation, even if they haven't confirmed one way or another, whether or not the sole survivor is a synth, I wish that they committed to your sole survivor being a synth. I think the writing would be so much better if that were the case. Right, there might be like a plot hole or something somewhere or whatever along the line, in which case, you know, just reconfigure that or say, whoops, you know, whoops, we messed up on that one. Whatever, overall the story is so much cooler by way of you being a synth. But you, of course, oh my God, is that the fucking Brotherhood right there? Hell yeah, I think it is. Shit, can I not hit them from here? Do my bullets not go that far? Gosh, okay. Look, change of plans. We're going over here to fight a vertibird real quick if we can. Oh yeah, I think it's under attack by the Brotherhood. Which makes sense. This is nearby the, where they came down. Oh yeah, beautiful. Okay. Can I shoot the pilot? I would love to shoot the pilot. Come on, let me see your head. Oh, I don't know if I can. I don't know if it'll work through the whatever here. Well, let's at least take care of you. Boom. Oh, look, for a brief moment, we can somehow hit them. This is where that one perk would come in handy, I suppose. Okay. Oh, hey, don't we have a fat man on us? This would be the perfect time to use it, wouldn't it? Yeah, I've got a fat man with one mini nuke. This is it, baby. I'm going free firing it! Oh! Was that the pilot? Oh, fuck yes. Okay, was your ass got anything else good here? Nah. Oh shit, okay. Can we do a fun little circle around here, flank them? And then hit them in their fusion core? No, not like that, Nard. Oh yeah, beautiful. See if we can break that fusion core. Did I do it? Did I do it? I don't want to crit it and kill them. Oh god. I'm taking a lot of heat here. Oh yes! Oh, it just erupted out of there! Oh! Okay. Aren't they gonna have to get out? Yes! Look at this, I've got so much fucking health, I'm barely taking damage. Even without really any armor. Beautiful. Love it. Did Nick clean up the rest, I guess? Let's see, what all is on this? I love that it's considered stealing. What the hell? Okay, well, I will take the minigun, and I will drop our fat man here. Why not, right? Steal their ride. But yeah, sorry, we got completely distracted by how cool this is, right? With the vertebrate attack. Though honestly not all too dissimilar from the random events in Fallout 3, right? Wherein you get attacked by the Enclave flying around in their vertebrates at a particular point in the story. But, yeah, with regards to being a synth, I'm pretty sure it's not actually canon, and I think they don't leave it open to interpretation at one point or another. I want to say that there is something in the game that indirectly, someone isn't just like, you're not a synth, but someone indirectly says something. Oh, it's like with the Railroad or the Institute, wherein something that would have, involving like a courser or whatever, would affect you, but doesn't, right? Isn't there something like that? Something that would have affected a synth involving the Institute doesn't affect the sole survivor, and that, like, indirectly confirms the fact that your character, the sole survivor, is not a synth. But regardless, like I said, whether or not... I'm pretty sure that exists, but even if it doesn't, they leave it open to interpretation. Ooh, laser musket. It would be so cool if they didn't. If they just confirmed at some point in the story, like it could be one of the final reveals, like, yeah, you actually are a synth. You're a synth. You've been a synth the whole time. It works so well with the way in which the game begins with, like, this little bit of exposition in the cutscene where you play as Nate and Nora, because, of course, synths have their early memories, as we find with Nick Valentine, implanted into them, right? Wouldn't it be cool if you were that for Sean? All of these memories were implanted into you because Sean wanted to see their parent as they remember them inside of the, what do you call it, for whatever reason, right? And it was, instead of Sean's DNA being used as the origin for, oh god, holy shit, okay, get them all turned off. But instead of Sean's DNA being sort of the source for the basis on which a lot of the synths are built, it would be your own character, right? Your own character would be the origin of it. That would be so much cooler, I think, right? And like I said, it makes sense with how the opening plays out, and like you've got a spotty memory of how things begun, and your character doesn't technically have fuck your character does. Man, that really scared me. That scared the shit out of me. Oh my god. Fuck me. Oh my god. Wow, that was terrifying. But you know, the way in which your character doesn't have a perfect memory of, like, they don't remember what exactly they did during the war. They don't remember exactly their childhood and all of that, right? They don't remember. It's very spotty. There's only bits and bobs of it, which would be information that Sean would have known when programming you, right? The only information that you know about your earlier self is stuff that Sean would have known by way of piecing stuff together in Vault 111 and all of that, right? Just kind of having come up in the Institute, as it were. I don't know. I think it would have been so dope. But like I said, I'm pretty sure it's either confirmed not canon, or it is left open to interpretation, which I think is the coward's way out. I think that's a cowardly way of writing. I don't think it should be open to interpretation. It should be completely explored, right? I think that would be cool as hell. But alas, nothing done there with it. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there's something that disproves it. I'm pretty sure, but regardless, it's irrelevant, right? Let's head on up over here. There we are. Finally get our ass to Tenpines Bluff so we can have a look around. I guess we can drop off this power armor up there if we want. Good God, how far off is it? Oh, okay, we're quite close. Maybe we'll rest there. Oh, look, there's actually a little sign leading up to it. I don't think I ever noticed that. Or, good God, maybe I had. It's been so long since I played the game, so it's entirely possible that I had noticed and just completely forgot. But yeah, look at this. Totally points up to Tenpines. Look at that. It's like a makeshift trail. Wow. And here we are. The trail kind of gets a little spotty. But here it is. My Tenpines Bluff, one that I feel really blends in with the sort of original version of it. I tried to go with the BGS way of big city and big town development, wherein, although we come in like this,
my feet hurt.
the buildings here, right? I remarked on this a lot during our Skyrim playthrough, and like it holds true in a lot of their games. Like Aquila City is set up this way in Starfield. But when you first, not New Atlantis though, because New Atlantis is very deliberately going for like a Star Trek Federation of Planets sort of vibe. But here, I've got set up to where, and Whiterun, of course, Whiterun very famously does this. A lot of Skyrim towns do this. Where you enter the town and you've got all this stuff set up, multiple levels, lots of verticality. If I want to, I would have it to where there's even more in the center, right? It kind of curves upward. But alas, I wanted to keep this a little bit more low profile, I think is what I'd wanted. Right? So this, I think, yeah, this is the highest building. But regardless, the big deal is the way in which the buildings are angled here, right? At a first glance, you would think, oh, this is just a straight shot, but it's really not. A lot of it is designed around and curved around the fact that, like, you'll see a lot of just assets, right? Rather than it being perfectly straight, you kind of come in, and it's actually a bit of a triangle shape, right? Imperfect, but it is a bit of a triangle shape. That way you can see a lot of the front of this building, a lot of the front of this one. You get the fences and whatnot, and then even down here, it curves around this way, but you can see the front of that. You see a lot of stuff here. Obviously, this fence should be here. It's kind of superfluous in a way, but it totally, as you're coming down here, it absolutely adds to the vibe, right? Like, as you come down here, it even visually, like, connects right there. Although, in person, when you go up into it, it's not exactly perfect. You kind of have that curvature there. And then it opens up to a little bit of an area here. All that stuff. The unfortunate thing is that there's a lot of shrubs here. So some of the buildings have a lot of this, like, pubage going on. They have a lot of pubes coming out on the lower level, unfortunately. But what are you going to do? God, this would be a great time to be sponsored by one of those pube shaving companies or whatever. Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, man, this is the correct moment for that. Let's see. Let's plant our power armor up here next to this one. Our stolen power armor, mind you. No finer faction to steal it from, though, I think. Let's take our core back.
Anything
Great.
I can lug for you?
I think I'm okay. Oh, Nick disliked the idea of me stealing it. Okay. Got some Brahmin here chilling. Laser pistol as well. Lots of mute fruit growing. There's a bit of a little crop area to grow some, so we've got this farm kind of going on. Little defensive area. Uh-oh. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Oh my gosh, where is it at? Oh shit, there it is. Whew. Great. And here we are. We've got like a little fun area for someone to chill out and kind of man the watchtower. Out here, we've got like this extra area. I was thinking, hey, maybe I'll have it over here. Because wasn't there something over here already? I forget. But this is meant to be sort of... I was thinking about this, how I wanted to pull this off.
Me about the ghoul farm, the one west of Salem. He said they've got a tarberry bog set
Yeah.
up in an old swimming pool.
Hey, good for them. Nice to see them getting back on their feet after what happened in Diamond City.
A tarberry bog in a pool. Wish I'd thought of that.
But yeah, a lot of what I had done here, I think, was sort of building on the idea of, you know, sort of an existing core settlement existing, and then the Minutemen show up and they sort of build out this other part, right? Which has trading between the various settlements and stuff to where, you know, the wasteland's starting to open up. We got more Minutemen themed stuff on the exterior here. And, you know, they've got, they've brought them, the power of electricity has arrived as well, thanks to it. I don't know. Maybe it would have been better to just keep it all inside of the settlement and just build it up a little bit taller. I'm not sure, right? Now that I sort of look at it from this point, I don't know. It's hard to say. Let's see here. We got some beds here. Very lovely. Nice little outlook area. Can look down there. Another tower over yonder. Oh, whoops. Can only access the upper echelons of these towers from the outside. There we are. Of course, plenty of laser turrets, my absolute favorite. We're going to run away from that radio. Someone suggested getting a mod, it's at least for the full playthrough, to just turn off all radios or like replace the music, right? Which is definitely something that I've thought of. But I don't know. Then I'll miss out on if I decide to build settlements or whatever in between videos. I would definitely listen then, right? Yeah, I don't know. Something to think about. And I wonder if such a thing even exists, right? Because obviously it would be a very small demand as far as, you know, there's not that many people making videos that are worried about copyright and stuff with the music, you know? I don't know. Very cool, though. I very much like Tenpines Bluff. I like how kind of close together everything is, even though we have to deal with the pubes. You know? Very nice. I like it to be a little bit dense. Very cool, I think. And back here, can we even fit through here? Yeah, we can. Not necessary, though. Okay. Let's have a bit of a rest here, I think. Let's go for... I don't know. 8 hours. That's probably good. And then we can head on over to Outpost Zimonja, or Zimonja. I don't know how you're meant to pronounce it. Maybe it's a soft J. Whew. The hell was that? Yep, everything failed. Oh no, wait. Somerville Place did not defend itself. Which, fair enough, there was like 3 people out there. Suffered damage from an attack. Whew. Okay. Let us get rid of our big-ass minigun, right? Can I sell that over here? Should I sell that over here? Oh, they're not open all the time, are they? Okay. Well, where is our workshop at? Because I would love to sprint again. There we are, and then let's put the minigun inside. Perfect. We can mess around with this crappy laser musket. I had like an instigating one, I think. Man, it's so good. But it just got too overpowered, right? I think I was taking a break from using it. How many cranks is this? I think it's only like 3 cranks by default. 2. Okay. Yeah, the laser musket, undoubtedly one of my favorite weapon additions with Fallout 4. I don't know how they would do it, but man, I hope they have them exist in Fallout 5 or whatever, if there's like another spin-off Fallout game, which fingers crossed. I hope they have laser muskets. Even if it's just like one that's like, oh, weird, this character's a Minuteman somehow out here or whatever, right? Or somehow we found this from the East Coast, right? There's just like a couple that show up. They're not part of like the regular loot pool. It'd be neat. Okay, or at the very least, something that functions like it. Okay, let's head on up here to Outpost Zimonja. Very good. Okay, we should probably also have a little drink. Why not? Good, man, look at that. It's the skybox that really does it, right? It's the skybox, huh? Which, make no mistake, BGS always having some pretty damn good skyboxes. Sometimes you just, you don't notice them, and they fall into the background, as you would expect. And then other times, you can't help but be taken in by the wonder of it, right? With the silhouette casted over the blue up there and the pink in the clouds and all that. It's gorgeous. Same thing happens, of course. How many times in our Skyrim playthrough did we go through and find, oh shit, some sort of wild mongrel? Oh, I can pacify.
Stop right there!
Stop right there!
Don't move. It's all right.
Oh shit, it's mutated.
Don't move. It's all right.
It's not alright for you, though. Oh, this one's limping. Jesus. Okay. Which one was the Leggio? The one that I pacified?
Someone should make use of it.
Hey. Is this one the Leggio one? No. I think it was this one. It had the weird Leggio steamy effect on it. It mutated, but we didn't get a Leggio off of it. I think I vaguely remember that being like a weird issue from time to time. There are other freaks out here? Okay, I'll take that. I don't know why I'm bothering to take all this. Oh, look! Maybe it was the gunner. A nimble 10mm pistol. 75% faster movement while aiming. It's no good. It's so not ideal. Why not just kick it up to 100% standard movement while aiming? You know? Because who is gonna ideally use that one, right? Just make it to where you move the regular speed while you're aiming down sights, I think. Okay, man, listen to the gentle hum of a warm laser in your hand. What's he say, Mr. New Vegas on the radio? But it really is. There really is the gentle hum. Okay. Let's head over here. I think this is our little route into it. And like I said, this one isn't... Yeah, here, we can see some already. I don't think it's as cool looking as Tenpines. But this one, I really went with vertical. I figured, hey, it's an outpost. I don't know, maybe we'll build around this weird, like, antenna. Nobody knows how to fucking use this place, apparently. Everybody's just standing around kind of dumbfounded, unlike the other places which everybody had a good time of navigating.
Damn raiders.
This ain't, no. Okay. Sure. Look at everybody just meandering around out here. It does look kind of cool. If not a little top-heavy. Right? I feel like it should come over this direction a little bit, too. Because it, there being this part that's kind of carved out. I don't know. Feels like it's liable to fall over this direction. Obviously it wouldn't, but... You know, I don't want to give the impression of it. Huh. Yeah, I wonder what I would do with this place. Because it's really just this little area that is kind of the soul of the area, as it were. We talk a lot about the soul of the settlements, you know? But this one, it's definitely the antenna and the accompanying building and fencing, right? I think, was there a truck out here with some sort of weapons? I can't remember. As you can see, a bunch of this set up here too. Huh. I do love having the little makeshift farm on top. It's very obvious I built this later because we've got the what do you call it? The Wasteland Workshop or whatever garden plot item, which I very much enjoy. I want to say they have it in 76 too, but you can only plant like 4 crops each or something like that. They try to limit it because, of course, you know, it's a multiplayer game, so you could theoretically have a whole bunch of camps right next to each other, and it caused major frame rate issues. So they have a lot stricter build system in that game, but it is still very cool to see people getting around that system, I think. Okay, some small but kind of crowded bedding areas. Not ideal, I think. I wonder what the upward building limit is. You know? Maybe that's something to think about. Do they... Oh, look, hey, they're actually coming in here. They just have to go very slowly. Maybe that's the thing. We need multiple inlets. Kind of like I'm playing a city planner game or whatever. You know, we can't have the traffic all congesting in one section. But yeah, once again, my absolute favorite, the laser turret. Hell yes. They're so cool. Once you see them in action, you can't ever go back. They're so damn cool looking. I've been trying to think about, as we're doing this, I know it's like a long ways off for when we do finally get to our, like, survival playthrough of Fallout 4. But I've been thinking about, like, oh, what kind of character would I go with? Obviously, I said, like, I'll probably play as a woman. That way we can hear, what's her name, Courtney Taylor's voice acting, which I'm less accustomed to. I heard that there's a few really banger lines that she delivers very well. One involving the, I think it's like a Mr. Gutsy that's on the fritz. Her delivery there is really exceptional. But that's neither here nor there. Thinking about what kind of build, because obviously I went more for my usual, which is like pistols, right? Pistols and non-automatic weapons. And then eventually I leaned into big guns, or heavy guns, again. Because heavy guns are very typically super fun and weird to use, right? Maybe we'll go more with rifles or something like that. Maybe energy weapons. I never used energy weapons too much here, right? Probably try and go something differentiated from the, like, Wild West aesthetic, which I always enjoy. Especially in Fallout. Okay, let's see. What all else should we try and get to next? We could try and run all the way down here to Covenant. Could try. Will we get there in time? I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking that for our playthrough, I almost certainly want to side with either the Institute or the Brotherhood. So, automatic energy weapons kind of makes sense to me. Right? They don't... The specific build for, like, shotguns and whatnot, that doesn't exist here, does it? No, because there's not that many shotgun weapons. Are shotguns considered non-automatic rifles in this? Like if I had the double barrel? Yeah, I think maybe our build could also depend on what weapons we find. You know, going forward in the playthrough. Because I would love to have it set up to where, not unlike Morrowind Mondays Volume 2, I have a few self-imposed rules to make the game a little bit more interesting and difficult. Because obviously it'll start out very difficult with survival mode, but eventually we'll hit like an inflection point wherein the combat difficulty is just not there anymore, right? Because we'll have built out our character well enough. But I think a fun way to approach it would be, as far as legendary weapons and armor, I've been thinking about, I want to only use legendary weapons and armor that I find that are like random loot. You know, I don't want to use... Ooh, a legendary festering bloatfly. And we'll get plenty of it in survival mode, because it scales up how many you find, how many legendary enemies you come into contact with. Oh, I can pacify these?
Hey, Buzz.
I forget that there's so much unique dialogue for it. Thanks, Nick. An assassin's metal right leg. But yeah, because, you know, there's always the big weapons and stuff that people go for, try to find in their gameplay and all of that in their new playthroughs that are, like, super duper powerful. You know, the ones that, like, completely change the the way in which you approach the game. Like, isn't there an there's the spray and pray weapon, I forget. Isn't that in Diamond City? The, like, Tommy gun in Diamond City, I think, that you can buy that does explosive damage. In the vault over here where you get Curie, there's the Overseer's whatever. I forget, that's like a... not the big assault rifle, but like the combat rifle, I think it's referred to in this game. That has a 2-shot on it all the time. Another popular one that people go to is there's a little puzzle over here where you get, I think it's called like Eddie's Demise. It's the 44 revolver. Like the snub-nose one by default, I think it is. Not like Kellogg's kind. I forget the exact name of it. But it's the one that you get over there, and I think it's tied to Eddie in some way. It does fire damage, which isn't that great. It's nowhere near as powerful as the others. But, it's still... oh yeah, this shit sucks in VATS, huh? Well, it's situationally good in VATS, I guess I'll say. But, yeah, there's so many of them like that people just kind of make a beeline for. And, you know, I've played so much in this game, I don't need that. Right? Like, I mean, we'll definitely run into issues with our character. We'll definitely die and lose a lot of time by virtue of dying, especially early on. I'm almost positive of that. But in order to keep the fun rolling with the combat and all that, and to make it higher stakes and cooler when we find something neat, I think we'll sort of proceed with that self-imposed rule, wherein, you know, sure, if I get to the point where I have enough caps for them, I'll buy them and just put them on display. You know, I'll get, like, the big boy Fat Man or whatever from Diamond City, which in and of itself is kind of restrictive in survival mode, given the immense carry weight of that. But, other weapons, like I talked about, I'll get them and like, throw them up on a wall, throw them up on a pegboard, which, by the way, oh my gosh, the use of pegboards in Fallout 4, and of course going forward with 76 is like weapon displays. I think it's so cool. I think it's great. I think it makes me want to buy a whole bunch of pegboards in real life and just hang up some bullshit on them, right? The whole pegboard shit is so cool. I love it so much. I think we should have, like, anytime you have like a utility room, shouldn't the walls just all be pegboards? That way you can just hang shit up on them? I think it sounds cool. I think it sounds dope as hell, right? If you have, like, a little room where you do, like, in your real-life house that's just devoted to, like, a small little area just devoted to, like, doing your laundry, or you've got, like, a garage or, like, a shed or something. Dog, line the fucking walls with pegboards. Oh, my God. Get all sorts of shit hung up there, right? Obviously, a lot of garages and stuff will have, like, a bench or whatever that does have a little bit of a pegboard situation here and there. But, man, I want to, like, crank that shit up to 11.
What I miss?
Listen to Nick. I don't know if he's trying to be funny here or not, but I'm not laughing, Nick. All right, let's continue on down here. Oh, it's so nice to just kind of run along and walk along these roads. I don't know. It's very good. I like it a whole lot. I forget. Here's another question. Are there any, like, suburban areas with a sidewalk in Fallout 4? There must have been, right? Surely Sanctuary Hills had sidewalks, right? Surely. Yeah, must have done. Obviously, the city areas definitely have sidewalks, like in Concord. There was a sidewalk all over the damn town. And this wouldn't be that type of road, to be clear. Okay. We're nearly there. Where are we coming upon here? Covenant. Oh, yeah. Like I had said, I don't think I really did anything to Covenant. Truth be told, I didn't come to Covenant and do its quest until far later. Did I actually hit that bird? My god, I don't think I did. Oh no, I definitely did. Okay. Yeah, I didn't uncover the quest in Covenant for quite some time. I just kind of skipped over it. Hello.
General.
Huh. And fair enough, you know what? Covenant with their, like, cinder block wall and all that, it already looks kind of good. If anything, I'm surprised that the cinder block wall here isn't something that is part of the build kit. It looks very obviously like it would work incredibly well. I can't believe that it's not available, right? Just require a lot of concrete, some steel or whatever too for the rebar. Barbed wire at the top. I'm shocked it's not available. It would be perfect, I think. I feel like I left something out here.
I just wanted to introduce myself.
Oh.
Anyway, I just wanted to say thanks for the opportunity. I'm ready to help with whatever you need. Just say the word.
Okay. Well, the word is yes.
Yeah. Let me show you.
Okay.
Crop's coming in pretty good.
What can I have you do? Yeah, how about corn?
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, deal with corn. Oh, these are the old folks of,
I don't think we've met. What can I do to help out?
yeah, of, what do you call it? Covenant. A lot of their heads blown off. Clear sign of a heavy VATS user. No, I don't need you to do
Not
anything.
right now. Thanks. All right. Just let me know.
Hi, how are you?
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't think I've done really much at all with this place. Oh, there's a friendly cat. And I really came to it quite late in my playthrough. I didn't even know it really existed here. I think at some point or another you hear people talk about Covenant. And, I want to say I just kind of thought that it was a different settlement or whatever. It was a different location than what it actually is. I'm not even sure if I built this here. This may have already been here. I don't know. Yeah. I think parts of it don't look too cool. Because, like, for example, the turret is just always going to be looking like a fucking hot mess eternally. Well, now I don't know. Maybe I did build this stuff, right? Maybe I tried to reuse this that the, like, flaming remains of the turret exist on. And I just set all this shit up, right? That makes some sense to me. Okay.
If you ain't been up to see Grey God, you should go.
Anything cool in here? Yeah, I don't think I've really done anything. By the way, I forget. How well does Fallout 4 do with placing items around to decorate?
The farm's not much.
Don't you still run the risk of them, like, flipping all out and around every time you load into the cell or something like that? Unless they were placed by, like, BGS. Case in point, when we were at the castle earlier, some of it was kind of, like, flicked around, thrown around. I think that's one of the nice things about that system in 76 is that because of the way in which it works, everything is just kind of locked down into place. Like I said, it's a bit more restricted, but there's people who have found a lot of ways around those restrictions. Case in point, a lot of folks are not aware of this, but I've like tweeted about this a whole lot because it like astounds me. But Fallout, and ergo Fallout 76 now too, is shockingly a lot more popular in Asia than you would think. Fallout 76 in particular has a really robust Japanese audience. And you can even find them on Twitter, like, tweeting out pictures of their camps. The camp building shit in Japan is... People fucking love it. And they make all sorts of wild things within the weird restrictions and all that. And there's so much wild shit. I think even the... I want to say the highest level player in Fallout 76 who, like, reached the level cap. Though I think there may be multiple people. Right, but recently there was someone who had reached the level cap. I don't know if they were the first. Which, Fallout 76 has an absurdly high level cap. It's like multiple thousands, I think. It's certainly over 1,000, right? I think it's like 10,000 plus or whatever, which there's really... You very rapidly start to lose reasons to level up in that game. It's mostly just for fun and, like, more flexibility within your one character. Let's check the Taffington Boathouse right nearby. But, yeah, they hit it. It was really wild to see. As someone who has put a whole bunch of time into Fallout 76. I don't know. Maybe that's something we should do, too. We should do a little video on 76 at one point before we decide to do, like, a full playthrough. I don't know. Maybe we'll... Okay, you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. Maybe we just need to wait until there's a clearing in the schedule so we can start Fallout 3, and then we'll see. Maybe we'll throw in a little 76 video here and there, just to show off my main character's camp and whatnot. Right? Then we'll do it that way. Okay. Let's see. Over this way. Sorry, I get a little ahead of myself and a little too excited for things, I guess. Sound like some gas in the air? No, okay, it's just the trees wiggling around in the wind. I want to say at the boathouse, I did a little bit. Not a ton, but a little bit. Because it already looks so nice, I think. The Taffington Boathouse bar and all that. Yeah, a lot of it is really cool. Did I build all this over this way? Oh shit, there's a radio. Oh gosh. Thanks for talking, Travis. Please don't shut up yet. There we go. Great. Let's see. Yeah, maybe I built like a bed or such. Maybe these up here were my doing. Once again, we've got more dead people just littering the area. Ugh, so unsightly. Anything down here? I think maybe this interior was my doing.
Since we had the big talk, well, it's been easier looking in the mirror.
Oh shit, Deacon is out here. And look, he's become one with the table. I don't know. Did I do this? I don't think I had done this. Yeah, this is in the core game. This little, like, jetty. The issue here, maybe, is that so much of it, it's very confined. I think there's great opportunity here with this place to build sort of into the lake more, right? Like, it would be cool if you could extend this out further and build almost an entirely above water little area, little, what do you call it? Settlement. But it's quite confined. I guess you could build out this way a bit more. It extends over here a fair bit. You could do that. How far over does it go? Yeah, maybe that's the secret. Is to just extend it over this way and have more sorts of ramshackle buildings built up around this central one. Maybe that's the idea. That's the play. I don't really like the idea of building on the road or above it here. Right? I don't know. Like, I could see myself building like an archway, as it were, and build atop the road, but it doesn't extend enough over here on the left side. Or on, or the western side of the road. So I don't know about that. Maybe that's the solution. We just build on top of the water here a little bit. Yeah. You know what? I think that's probably the best bet. That's what I'm down for. Anything else that we had kind of done around here? Obviously a lot of water. This would be a good place to just set up water purifiers or whatever. Oh shit. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think there's a bunch of opportunity for that. This is kind of gnarly looking. I think it would have been better if we had run a electric wire or something between here. I wonder if something did exist here, and that's why it looks so bizarre. Right, there was some sort of connective tissue, but you can scrap it, and I did. And that's one of my scrap regrets. Entirely possible. Huh. I definitely want to, going forward... Oh no, who's this? Oh, it's just a legendary swarm bot. But I definitely want to be far more cautious with scrapping too much. Like, thank fuck I didn't scrap this. Oh, look. Yeah, see, here's another weird distinction here. Look at this. Unlike the ones in Sanctuary Hills, you can scrap the entirety of this in the kitchen area. Huh. But then the question comes up, what do you do and why would you scrap that? It looks so cool here. Otherwise, you're just going to have a big, uncluttered room that you need to reclutter up, and guess what? You don't have access to is this kind of kitchen appliance stuff, right? I think I'll very much... assuming there's not like a Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition or whatever that comes out that has all of the Creation Club stuff baked in, I'll probably just like buy up a whole bunch of it. Right? I don't see why not. I mean, Lord knows I'm gonna put like the playthrough for... Alright. Given the fact that we'll start out at least with very limited fast travel and eventually we'll get some degree of it, by virtue of siding with either the Brotherhood of the Institute, I think the survival mode playthrough for
The Commonwealth can take a real
Fallout
toll
4
on you if you let it.
has the highest potential of overcoming the Skyrim playthrough's sort of total video count, you know, of 502. I think Fallout 4 stands a decent chance, because there will be a lot of running around. In Starfield, of course, there's so much fast travel that I think we're going to clear that game way faster than I'm expecting, right? Because you can fast travel just immediately directly to places. There's very little in the way of just like running around between areas and stuff, right? And frankly, I kind of miss it. I kind of like just running around between places. I kind of like getting to know like, oh, this is a fun path. This is a path that we always come down, right? I remember back to, you know, running from Winterhold in the College of Winterhold down south to, like, for instance, Windhelm. That route. How many weird, stupid encounters did we have along that route that you kind of miss out on when you have the fast travel, right? I don't know. I kind of enjoy it a lot. I don't know. Maybe I'm like a sick freak in that I enjoy stuff like that, you know? Like, I like those points of friction. We've been talking about this in Dragon's Dogma. We've been talking about this here a little bit and in Starfield. How I hope... And they did show this. To be clear, they did show this recently, that they're bringing back optional ways to opt into more friction with Starfield. With their sort of incremental...
One day, the Ensign suit's gonna kill us all, I tell you.
They've got incremental difficulty options and stuff that you can toggle on or off. Like, you can make them a lot higher difficulty. You can make it to where, like, oh, your character just has more encumbrance. You have less encumbrance. But you get docked or you get increased XP, right? Very cool. I kind of like working within the systems of the game in that way. I don't know. Sort of like playing around with the default vision that the developers had. I kind of like that, right? And I get it. Some folks are like, yeah, what vision or whatever, right? Fair enough. Fair enough. I get you. Sure, go for it. Mod your stuff. But I do kind of enjoy messing around with just like that base kit and the limitations of it, you know? And like I said, I enjoy the points of friction. A lot of folks don't like encumbrance systems, and although I do run up against them a ton, I enjoy the idea of running up against them a ton. I enjoy the idea of like, oh, well, this is a really high value item, but it's not unique. I'm going to ditch this, right? This is like a really valuable gun. I'm just going to leave it here. It doesn't matter to me. It's replaceable. I know eventually in this playthrough I'm going to get more money. It's an infinite resource, effectively. Whereas this is like a very unique item that I can only find here. Thus, I kind of want to hang on to it. Or I know that I'm going to read this like pile of 50 books at some point, so I'm just going to lug around 50 books with me. I kind of like that. I really enjoy that. I enjoy not having fast travel everywhere when you have these fun sort of open world events where, you know, some weirdo approaches you and you get like a little random who's the what's it for someone to talk about, or you're just walking along and all of a sudden, oh, the nearby settlement needs your help, you know, something like that goes on, or like we had seen a Brotherhood vertibird kind of shows up and we're like, well, shit, I kind of want to fight that, you know? And that sort of leads to something else where we took the minigun, we took the power armor, and we brought it over to Tenpines Bluff and set it up there, which super unnecessary to do any of that. But it's those little minute things that I come to really enjoy, right? And this is why sort of throughout the Starfield playthrough as well, I sort of remark on a lot of people, I would say a lot of people who don't get these games will say that Starfield is just like all the other ones, right? And they themselves say, oh yeah, we really only have one type of game that we just keep making with different flavors, right? But Starfield is undoubtedly the most different that they have gone in a long time, right? Which I would say they probably should have leaned into some of those differences and just like dialed up the proc gen stuff, because Starfield feels very much, okay, not to talk too much about Starfield here, but Starfield feels very much like a game built around the idea of using heavy procedural medieval with regards to its like random points of interest that you find, you know, like places that dot the map. Like nearby here, there's like the Medford Memorial Hospital, there's the West Everett Estates, there's the Tucker Memorial Bridge, Wildwood Cemetery, the Rotten Landfill. Places that have different varying degrees of adventure that you can go on. Some have interiors that you can go into. Some have like radiant quests that point you in that direction. The issue with Starfield is that it's all like on these planets and stuff. You fast travel out to them. And the worst of it all is that there's a fixed amount that just appear randomly. That's the procedural generation, rather than there being multiple versions of the same type of facility, right? If you find like an abandoned robot factory, it'll be the same every time you find it, rather than sort of making use of those modular parts, which I think is most clear in Oblivion's dungeon design, wherein you can see in Oblivion, if you go inside of an Alien ruin or whatever, you can clearly see, if you look very close, a lot of seams where they've connected and disconnected modular parts of these, but they've done it manually. Look at Nick going for a bit of a swim. But they've done it manually, and just crafted each dungeon by connecting and reconnecting these modular parts. You even see it in Skyrim land. You even see it here in Fallout 4 a bit, especially with I think the cave interiors you see. But for whatever reason, they opted to not procedurally generate those interiors, which I feel like is a massive, I don't know, boo-boo. I feel like they should have probably leaned into it, but for whatever reason, they kind of went a half measure on it. Like they were afraid to commit to making it too much more different than their usual fare, right? I don't know. Because the handcrafted stuff in Starfield is super cool, but you run into an issue where it's such a wide area, you know, there's so many places that you go to. You're bound to sort of encounter the same exact thing on a different planet. And in these games where exploration is kind of at the forefront, it kind of sucks if you go into a place that you are expecting to be a little bit different, and it's just not, right? I totally get that, even as someone who enjoys Starfield in a way. If you watch the playthrough, though, I very rarely go into these random points of interest because they're such a vibe killer for me, because I know almost all of them, unless it's a different name, it's going to be the same as the last one with that same name, you know? Whereas here, sure, there's multiple like different landfills, there's multitudes of these like suburban houses with interiors. Same goes for Skyrim, right? They all exist with multiple versions of one another, but they are different, right? And there is like a little bit of writing inside with like you find a note, or you find like a terminal that sort of says a little like bit of bullshit about the place that's ultimately 9 times out of 10 is irrelevant. but I kind of like it, right? And it sucks when I go to a place and it's the exact same one as before, right? They've built themselves up into this situation where a lot of their audience really loves the handcrafted nature of all of it, and it's just not quite there, right? More so the handcrafted stuff lies inside of a lot of the, the big story arcs and whatnot. The incidental exploration is not exactly the same as it is in these other games, right? It's very different, which also leads me to think, hey, our Starfield playthrough, I think it'll end up being a lot shorter than I was expecting, because a lot of the places are kind of repeating in that way, right? Once you get done with the main sort of arcs and whatnot, well, there you go. You're done with them, right? If you've seen the other ones before, you've seen them, right? I don't know. It's neither here nor there, but still, nonetheless, very much looking forward to. Yeah, this goes back. Very much looking forward to the May update stuff that was teased for Starfield. I am looking forward to that. I think they'll add some spiciness to it that's severely lacking. Get some more points of friction, some more stuff that's vaguely survival-esque. I do hope that they add in more survival stuff. And maybe we see a whole bunch more, like, weird dungeons or whatever. I don't know. Looking forward to it. It's very weird. It's very experimental. I don't know. But, nonetheless, here in Fallout 4, we've still got a fair slew of other places to check out, right? I think everything that we still need to check out is entirely relegated to the northeastern part of the map, aside from DLC areas, right? And it's all fairly close together, so we'll probably knock a lot of these off real fast, especially since a lot of them I don't know if I've built up very much, right? So I would say look forward to the next few. We probably could easily wipe out like half of these in visits, right? Like Bunker Hill, I don't think I've done hardly any. Well, I think maybe I built one building or like made some tweaks to Bunker Hill. Some of these farms, I don't think I've hardly done anything to, right? And then we'll move on to Far Harbor and sort of see what's up there. Because I've definitely at least built one place up in Far Harbor, and I really, really enjoy it a lot. But that is neither here nor there. Until next time, please take care of each other.